My great-grandparents had this property. They bought it in 1916, and it does have some sentimental attachment for me. It's been rented out since 1946, and it has fallen to me to make sure that it's managed. I took it on during COVID and really massively struggled with so many aspects of it. I don't live in London, and it was absolutely impossible to deal with the emergencies. It's a very old property. The property had deteriorated. Emergency works we didn't know about. The tenants weren't great tenants, some of them. It was non-stop barrage. Every single tiny thing was going wrong. There were no inspections from the other agent. Because I live in Manchester, I was having to come to London all the time. I was having to gather together my own little team of handymen. I was having to give the tenants my number, and I was getting phone calls and texts in the middle of the night saying the roof's leaking. And it was untenable, really. The final straw was I was lying in bed about to be hospitalised, and I kept getting calls saying that the middle floor flat, the water was coming through, and I was constantly phoning the previous agent saying, when's the plumber coming? When's he coming? And he was supposed to come at 9 o'clock that evening and never did show up. The next morning, the agent said, oh, they've been. I said, no, they didn't go. The tenant said no one came. And they did go the next morning. And that was just ridiculous. And when I realized that I just had my own team and I needed assistance for emergencies, and no one was able to do that other than Paramount. They all made excuses and said, oh, tenants will abuse it, it'll cost you more money. I had to have out of hours services. They do everything they can to help, really. They go over and above for things that aren't even their problem, like money that is owed to us from the last managing agent. One night I got a call. It was literally 2 days after we'd signed over everything, and the ground floor tenant texted me to say there'd been a burglary and the window had smashed. And obviously it's a residential property. It's up to the landlords to sort this out. There was glass everywhere. The police had said not to clear up the glass. And the ground floor tenant has 2 young children, and they're really scared. I called the number, and within the Paramount emergency services I was always promised by Reagan there would be a human voice at the end of the phone. So I got through to a call center, and within 5 minutes, someone called me back and said that a glazer's on his way and he'll be at the property in about 20 minutes. And that was just fantastic. You know, it was 12 o'clock at night by this stage. They just dealt with absolutely everything. Mahal got a new window put in really, really quickly. It was a great experience. I'm really, really happy that I've moved over to Paramount. I wish that I knew about Paramount 2 years before. It was something that was really troubling me. I went to so many agents to try and work out who could provide me with the service that I needed. And they all say the right things, but they don't deliver it. And Paramount actually deliver. And they are friendly, approachable. I can't hear any frustration in their voice, you know, like if 3 things have gone wrong in one day. They're just very approachable and they want to help. And I don't feel this is just about money. They genuinely provide an excellent customer service.